Ryan Reynolds just broke his silence on those explosive text messages that were unsealed in Blake Lively's legal war with Justin Baldoni, and what he said has everyone talking even more. The Deadpool star's fiery texts, where he absolutely destroyed Baldoni, calling him a quote, dum-dum and a predatory fraudster, were recently made public as part of Blake's ongoing lawsuit against the It Ends With Us director, and now Ryan is defending why he went so hard. So what exactly did Ryan's team say? According to a statement given to Puck News, his representative said, quote, "Yes, Ryan got involved. What husband wouldn't support his wife and the mother of his children?" End quote. They continued, explaining that Ryan watched Blake fighting every single day to stand up against what she claims was workplace harassment, and she was trying to handle it privately and respectfully. But instead of getting support, she allegedly faced retaliation for speaking up. Here's the kicker, though. Ryan's spokesperson said, quote, "If anything, Ryan feels like he wasn't angry enough." Let that sink in. He's saying those brutal texts where he tore Baldoni apart, he thinks he should have been angrier. The statement wrapped up by saying Ryan passionately believes in standing up for the basic right to a safe workplace free of harassment and retaliation, not just for his wife, but for everyone. Quote, "Then, now, and always." Of course, Baldoni's legal team fired back immediately. His lawyer, Brian Friedman, released a statement saying the evidence doesn't support Blake's claims as a matter of law. He pointed to messages from Sony discussing Blake's behaviors and said a simple read of the newly released message exchanges makes the truth abundantly clear. So let's talk about what was actually in those unsealed texts, because they are absolutely wild. In messages from July of 2024 to a WME executive, Ryan allegedly called Baldoni a, quote, thoroughbred predatory fraudster and an inexplicably toxic mess. But he didn't stop there. Ryan reportedly wrote that he'd put Blake's reputation on trial any day of the week. He said she's worked with dozens of mercurial and abusive people throughout her career, but in his experience, and hers, nobody has ever reached what he called, quote, the Empyrean heights of vile the way Justin Baldoni has. Ryan went even harder, saying Baldoni's complete lack of remorse and self-preservation is a character study in, quote, malignant, lazy-lidded stupidity and darkness. Those are fighting words. In another text exchange from August 9, 2024, right around when It Ends With Us had its massive box office opening, Ryan told his agent that Blake, quote, willed this weekend into reality. He said Baldoni and, quote, these other buckets of dum-dum juice should be acknowledging the speculation and gossip themselves. They should be jumping in front of it in the most full-throated, unqualified way possible. Ryan was basically saying that when rumors of tension on set started circulating, Baldoni and his team should have taken the public hit instead of letting Blake get dragged. He said she should not be subjected to some, quote, eye-rolly narrative of the controlling B word when early reports of problems during production began to spread. Ryan argued that Baldoni's team should be protecting Blake. He said they can and should accept the consequences of their actions and lean into their, quote, countless and willfully gross behavior before it leans into them. Ryan also pointed out that Baldoni apparently had tension with basically everyone involved in making the movie. He wrote that every cast member and key crew member, including author Colleen Hoover, wouldn't be in the same room as Baldoni. All of them had at some point over the previous 6 months unfollowed him on social media. Not one person said Justin's name out loud in any interview at any time. So what's the background on all this? In December of 2024, Blake filed a lawsuit naming Baldoni and accusing him of multiple serious things, including workplace harassment, retaliatory conduct, and intentional infliction of emotional stress. Blake claimed Baldoni harassed her in multiple ways, including body-shaming her, and that he orchestrated a smear campaign to damage her reputation. Baldoni has denied all of these claims and previously accused Blake and Ryan of using their combined star power to hijack his film. Blake is seeking more than $160 million in damages. The trial is set for May of 2026 in New York. Baldoni had filed a countersuit against Blake and Ryan, alleging defamation and extortion, but that was dismissed by the judge. It Ends With Us made $148 million in the domestic box office and $350 million globally. But whatever goodwill the film had has been completely overshadowed by these allegations and this legal battle. They even claimed the hijacking went so far that Baldoni and his family were relegated to the basement after arriving on the red carpet for the movie's premiere in August of 2024, because Blake allegedly demanded he not attend. So where does this leave us? Ryan Reynolds is doubling down, saying he'd do it all again and wishes he'd been even angrier. Blake is moving forward with her lawsuit seeking massive damages. Baldoni is fighting back hard, claiming he's the real victim of a power play by Hollywood's elite. This trial in May is going to be absolutely explosive. We're talking about text messages, emails, behind-the-scenes footage, testimony from cast and crew. This could be one of the messiest Hollywood trials in recent memory. What do you think? Is Ryan justified in defending his wife so aggressively, or did he cross the line with those texts? As a single mom, your support means everything to me. Please subscribe for more updates and stories like this. Thank you.